pitchforks and torches today. We only had one? Well, guess what? It's my turn.
Oh, boy. Dog.
Okay. I thought there'd be more. Sorry. Those to the side. Bob Bolus was talking about the prison situation, which obviously you guys were lobbying this past week. And, you know, he brought up Scranton. And, you know, Scranton always likes to just throw those jabs right at me up here in Lackawanna County Commissioner seat. Never, ever, you know, I mean, I don't bother those people. I don't know what their problem is. But, you know, I read the paper. I mean, how do you condemn somebody else when your own house isn't in order? Can somebody explain that to me? Because in today's paper we're talking about it, city tax in limbo, residents fight continuing triple LST. And what did they say when we had what? We went from $35 to $100, and they're tripling out of payroll taxes. Oh, don't shake your head at me, Andy.
No, we didn't pass that, is all I was trying to tell you. We didn't.
I know we
didn't
didn't.
pass it, yeah.
But that's not the point. My point is that, you know, I don't think anybody in glass houses should be throwing stones. So maybe next time they can, I implore them to not do that and knock it off. The other thing on Bob Bolus, he was talking about no reasons were given for the prison. Well, I'll tell you that the reasons that are given is because we now have a new president, and there's going to be some changes in federal funding, and I'm sure there's panic mode everywhere. So, you know, I know we got some calls yesterday, and I'm not sure how it's going to affect us. I'm not going to dwell on it, but, you know, there's going to be some changes, and frankly, I'm looking forward to them. So I'm thrilled that President Trump is doing his job, unlike others that say they do and they don't. Joan, thanks for coming in. You talked about the detectives. I think, well, I voted no on that. So, yeah, and did you get all the answers that you were looking for on that?
I'm not sure how the detectives' pay raises compare to other proposed pay increases for other county employees.
Yeah, I know. You know, that's what threw me, because I thought that this was a new unionized agency, but I guess that's a different one, so I'm mixing them up. But I will get back to you on that.
Say, you know, basically they're the lowest paid detectives compared to other counties. But I just want to make sure that you're going to need some kind of equitable
Right.
Pay policy within the county, and you also have to be able to work it into the budget.
Yeah. Thank you, and thanks for bringing that up. And Marie, I think, well, you gave us your last three questions, so if there's anything, I'll look on that one. SCI Waymart, I already talked about with you. I would really love it, and I think I'm going to do this. I think I would love it if we had our community stand behind companies like Cinram as much as they do SCI Waymart. You know, I mean, we have a company that's announcing job losses at Cinram, and, you know, how are we assisting them, or how are we rallying for them? So, you know, I think I'm going to take that up on my own and make sure that I start making an effort to go out and see companies like that are struggling and see what their issues are, and maybe we can do something for them. The detectives I already talked to you about. I'm in disagreement with that 4% increase. I had requested a 10% cut. At our first meeting for the reorganization, Jerry had said that he would have agreed to a 5% cut. I look forward to working on that with you, Commissioner Natariani, because I wasn't aware of that prior to that, you saying that in the meeting. So this year I look forward to working on you with that. Being a watchdog over the city of Scranton, please. You know what? That's just not going to happen. If you want to be a watchdog, then you run for office and you do it yourself. But Bob did make a good point. You know, I had a company here that I met with, and, you know, we watch all these homes being lost to tax sale, okay? Thousands of homes being lost to tax sale because they can't afford the taxes. I've watched a woman in a nursing home lose her home last round, and, I mean, it's heartbreaking. Now I have companies coming here, business owners, owning property that's worth zero. Zero balance. They owe money on the loan. They owe back taxes. They're going to go up for sheriff's sale. How can we help them? So first it was the homeowners coming up here. Now we're right at the businesses, nothing. And they said, congratulations, the taxes have already reached a point of $0 is what my business is worth right now. Zero. They can't sell it and make money. They can't keep it and make money. So the best thing that they could do is just walk away, just like the homeowners had to do for the past how many years. I'm hoping to God that that changes, because I am really tired of seeing that happening. And now that I have businesses coming in, it's heartbreaking. Maria, thanks for coming in and talking about the transit program and the property assessments. Property assessment status, I know Andy was working on that, and we have been getting updates on it. And as I've stated, I'm against the property assessment because of exactly what I just said. Now I have businesses coming in here saying that their buildings are worth zero at this point. They can't sell, they can't keep. What do? They're not making money. Their payments are above any profit they can possibly make. And any tax increases that would ever be discussed here would have to be... Yeah, I know, I'm getting to that. I have a lot to talk about, but thank you. I'm sorry, everybody, but, you know, I still have a stack. Thank you, I appreciate the
You would
reminder.
ask me to call it to your attention.
Yes, I know you did, and I appreciate that, Andy, because I have so much on my mind, and I do forget, so I appreciate it.
I just want to make certain you have it.
No, I appreciate that, thank you. And Justin Yeager, did she leave? Oh, that was awesome. You know, I love the bookmobile. Thank you so much. Good job. And the library, you know, I love when you guys come in. You always, like, brighten our day with good things.
I have to say it. We have so much in this room that we're divided on. But at the end of the day, are we not public servants, and are we not here exercising?
That's right.
To discuss
Good job.
what's going on? Yeah,
Absolutely great job.
It's important.
Yes, it is. So thank you for your work, and I love the bookmobile, and I just think it's a great service that we provide. So thanks for coming in. I also, about public services, I want to mention, as Andy just gave to me, the fact that I've been trying to, somebody told me that they don't get ECTV up in the Carbondale area. So I looked into that, and I want to take the time to publicly acknowledge Adams Cable Service for agreeing to televise the bi-monthly Lackawanna County Commissioners meetings on their local channel maintained by Adams Cable.
We've been doing it. We've been sending them up.
Yeah, so it wasn't before, though, so that
We've been doing it this last year. We started sending them up.
you start sending the tapes up, because they haven't been putting them on. So this is just starting now. And I wanted to acknowledge Wendy Hartman, who was instrumental in arranging for the access to the public. And Fran, for your help, Fran Pantuso. It's really important that people get to see these meetings and understand what's happening, because obviously you can't believe everything you read in the paper. So, you know, as long as you could see it in real-time video, you know, or on TV. I mean, when you see it on video, you can, now you know what's actually being said. So I wanted to thank them and John, my attorney, John Serra, for his help on that as well, so thank you. You going to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Arts and culture. I don't believe that the Speakers Bureau was a necessity that we needed to spend money on, and I agree with, and obviously my fellow commissioners didn't either. They felt it was an expenditure that was just too high, and when people are losing their homes, it was not appropriate. So, you know, it's interesting that when, you know, you see, and I hate to bring up Republican, Democrat, because it's really not about that. It's about people. But when you see the argument, it's always, Republicans, they're obstructionists, they're not compromising. And I am a Republican. I believe I have worked with this board and compromised on many occasions, and this was a compromised budget. Now, you would think that people in the public would be saying, finally, we have a government that actually works for the people. It was a compromise between a Republican and a Democrat administration. So I guess it only works when you compromise for the other side, because this was my compromise, so it just wasn't good enough. You know, I'm really getting tired of that. I'm really tired of seeing, I'm just tired of us getting the raw end of the deal on those when it was a really good negotiation between two people. And the headliners just come out and, you know, you never get recognized for what we actually did. We did a lot of work last year. I mean, a lot of work. It was a good year for the county. We didn't raise taxes. We had a compromise and a budget plan. We have a brand new building. We're going to be going in and consolidating offices. And, you know, it's frustrating, and I understand that's my job, and people say, well, you're the commissioner, you have to take it. Yeah, I have thick skin. You know what? These things, that's what I think of them. They don't bother me. What bothers me is when you bring down the citizens to not realize when things are actually going in a good direction, and you have these infighting. I mean, look at our inauguration of our president. Now, what a disgrace it was to see people throwing things through windows, beating up people. We had how many arrested? 200 and some people arrested. What a despicable display. Because it's a Republican man? That this doesn't happen. If that happened at President Obama's inauguration, there would be holy war here. But it didn't. It's supposed to be a peaceful transition, but it wasn't, because people, you know, I am the sitting commissioner, and I couldn't even go out there to see the winner of my party, because I couldn't get a hotel room, I couldn't get a place to stay, all because we had protesters out there taking up space that I could have been sitting at to honor a man. I hope they do an investigation into that in the future, and I hope that they stop protests on Inauguration Day, be it Democrat or Republican. That is a shame. That is just an absolute disgrace. And then to have women running around the streets with an actual vagina attached to their head is despicable on a rally. I am, those women that were out there with pussy hats on their heads and vaginas on their heads, you know what? It's a disgrace. And they don't represent me. I am a female woman Republican commissioner, and they don't represent me, and I don't believe they represent anyone I know, whether they're Democrat or Republican. And I think it's about time that this stuff stops. It's a disgrace. And then I have our local newspaper. I'm not even gonna recognize them. I'm just not.
Watch the language part.
Watch the language. They was on national television.
You know, well, this is,
You have national well, this is what we're seeing on national television, Pat.
I don't control national television.
But, well, I understand. But it's got to be said. This has got to stop. It's got to stop. It just has to. I mean, when are the people going to calm down and stop this craziness? It's craziness. I see some of these commentators on our, like, I don't usually read the paper or the Times. You got them depicting us as what? I don't even know what we're supposed, you can't even recognize us in these cartoons because they're so horrendous, they're horrible. There's just no decorum by any of the media, or it's just terrible. But I am very thrilled about the fact that the 45th president was inaugurated, regardless of all the nonsense going on, and I am very proud of him. He's done a lot of work, and he's been doing everything he said he was going to do, and so are we up here. Whether we're Democrats or Republicans, we're working on everything that we said we were going to do. and I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of being a part of this board, regardless of how we think individually, and no matter how much they want to try and rip and shred us apart, I won't be the one that allows that to happen, I can tell you that, because I'm very proud to be able to get things done for our county and save us money and do it in an appropriate manner, and I've done that. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I'm very proud of my work, and you know, I stand by every decision I've made, and I'd be happy to talk to anyone when they have a problem with my work. They don't need to set up an online petition. They can come right here and talk to me. I'd be happy to talk to anyone that has any questions in regards to the things that I'm doing or why I'm doing them, so that they don't end up getting egg on their face like they usually do. So thank you very much.
Good job.
Yes, I'm
Lauren.
sorry. Thank you, Bob. Oh, yes, sorry. It is, hang on, I gotta grab it so I don't mess it up. National School Choice Week, and if anyone's interested, you can wear yellow to represent that, and I'm proud of the fact that we nominated someone that I think is going to be doing a great job, Betsy DeVos. So National School Choice Week. Thank you, everyone.
Commissioner Terriani?
Thank everyone for coming. I don't think I have anything further to add to some of this. Bob, we can't control, we don't have the authority to control what the city of Scranton does. It's not within our ability. Thank everyone for coming and appreciate your concerns.
Free speech, Jerry.
Okay.